Welcome to another one of our wonderful speakers here at the Global Virtual Expo. And we have Connie Kobylko, Life Celebrant and Joy Guide with us today. Hello, Connie.
Hello, Sigrid. Great to be here.
It's good to have you here, Connie. Today you are going to share with us igniting your vibrant second act. Tell us all about it.
Awesome. It's so great to be here today, and I'd like to just welcome our audience. Welcome back if you were here for day one, and if you're brand new to us, welcome. You're in for a great treat. We've got such a great lineup of speakers. So, your vibrant second act. What if I told you that the most vibrant chapter of your life hasn't even yet begun? True. Life has seasons. Nature has seasons. And nature, if you think about it, really doesn't um, put life on pause. It actually makes the most of every moment. So for me, living here in Western Canada, when we have winter, we have a full-on winter. It starts off with little bits of snow and it just keeps gradually building until we can do those things like building snowmen and having snowballs. And when spring arrives here, it starts off small, but then it becomes beautiful and vibrant. All the blossoms on the trees merge, and then the leaves happen, and it's absolutely stunning. And life for us is like that as well, too. But here's one thing that I want to share with you. In my role as a life celebrant, when I'm walking alongside families who have lost loved ones, here's the sad part. As they're sharing their stories about those who have reached their final chapter, often what I hear time again, and it's often whispered through tears, is that they wish that they would have taken that last trip, or I wish they would have pursued their passions. They talked about it, but they didn't do it, or I wish they wouldn't have waited for so long. And I think one of the most heartbreaking ones that I've heard yet, and I hear it so often, is I thought about calling them the other day, and now it's too late. And I'm sure there have been times where you've thought about someone while you're driving and you have that little thought in your head, okay, I'm going to call them later, but you keep waiting until later and then it never happens. So I'm here to tell you today that your second act, whether you're 40, whether you're 60, whether you're 85 years of age, can really and truly be your most vibrant, authentic expression of who you are. It's not all about starting over, because I think too often we think, oh, my encore, my second act is all about starting over. That's not the case. Everything that you have done so far up until where you are today has brought you to where you are meant to be. So we're not needing to start over. Everything that you have is igniting inside of you. It's just been waiting for the most perfect moment to shine. Or maybe you've been waiting for the most perfect moment to shine. And that moment, I want you to know, is happening right now. You need to shine now, not wait until tomorrow, and don't wait for the someday. There are three regrets that tend to light our path, and I call them the regret trio. And it's unfortunate that we have these, but they're really important too, because they help us kind of rediscover who we are. There is the regret of dormant dreams. And I think some of us have those where you've decided, oh, I'm not going to do this right now. I'm going to wait till later, and you've put it on the shelf. Perhaps that could be that dusty guitar that you haven't touched for ages and ages. Then there's the regret of having delayed joy or delayed happiness. And that's where you're waiting for the right time. Now's not a good time. I'll wait for the right time. But really and truly, what is the right time? What are we waiting for? And then, of course, there's the regret of disconnecting. And that's where perhaps with relationships, you haven't maybe nurtured a relationship that has been somewhat severed. Maybe you didn't say sorry, and now you don't get that chance to do that. Maybe you still wanted to say, I love you. Now would be the time to do that. So do any of these actually whisper to you? I'm pretty sure some of them do. But is there something there in your soul that is kind of hanging over you? These regrets, they're not meant to hang over you like a bad thing. They're actually our lanterns. They're lighting the path, showing us where we're really meant to walk and be a part of our vibrant second act. So I have a program called Your Light Within, and you'll hear me talk about our light, that light that's inside of us. That's our inner light. And that's the one that is there inside of us. It always has been. And it's that little spark of brilliance that's just making us unique to who we really and truly are, because we're not the same people to everybody, right? Ashley, who's on the call, is not the same as me. She has her own unique qualities and traits. They are her Ashley essence, just like I have my Connie essence. It's those traits, our brilliance, that make us who we are. So in our first act, many of us hide our light. We actually dim it so that we maybe fit in. And isn't that sad? Or we cover it when somebody tells us that, you're shining a little too bright. Sometimes that happens when we're even younger, when we are shining our brightest. And sometimes our parents, our family, our closest people to us will tell us to dim the light. Oh, don't be that way. You're talking a little too loud. Don't be so loud. Don't be so in the spotlight. And we actually start to shrink and we diminish our light. And sometimes we forget that it's there when we have storms that are raging in our life or when there's obstacles and challenges happening. We forget that we have a light inside of us. Sometimes we actually become conditioned over time to not even think that we have a light inside. But I want you to know it's there. It's there. It's called your second act, and it doesn't fade with age. This light actually grows stronger, more refined, because as we get older, we actually do strengthen our ability to shine that light. All of those qualities, we've actually grown into them to become the people that we are today. Only we're just not shining as bright as we should. So I want you to know that today is a great day to start letting your light shine brighter. So just take a moment and think about what are some of the moments that you've had in life where you actually felt the most alive, where maybe you were just so busy doing something so in the moment that you actually lost track of time. That is part of your second act. It's when you were so immersed in something that made your soul inside sing. Those are glimpses of your light breaking through. And they weren't accidents. They were actually meant to happen, to give you those little moments to say, oh my God, I really enjoyed doing this. I have to do it again. So, how do we actually ignite this vibrant second act? Remember, I said we don't have to start at the beginning, it's already there. We just need to ignite it. So, I want you to know that it's not that hard. And we're going to do something really easy. If some of you have a piece of paper and a pen, we're going to write down three things. And if you don't, that's okay. You can enter something on your phone or just think of three things. Think of three things that you've shelved, three dreams, something that you haven't done that you would just love to do. And I know that some of you here on the call, you still have that little girl inside of you. She's still waiting to sparkle and shine. So when you have your three dreams in your head or in your heart or on paper, I want you to circle just one of them. Only one that stands out the most. And what I'd like you to do is take that one dream and I want you to think of one small step that you can do to make it happen. So if, say, your dream was to take that pottery class that you've put on hold for a long, long time, that's neat. Or if you had a travel destination that you haven't yet traveled to, or perhaps it's learning an instrument, I'm going to use travel as an example. One step that you can take to making it happen is by going and picking up a travel brochure or doing a Google search online and just looking at that destination and seeing what's there, what's waiting for you. And I want you not to wait until next year. Don't wait until your kids are grown. Don't wait until you retire. This week, I want you to take one small step in getting you closer to your goal. Because your dreams weren't meant to sit on a shelf, and they weren't meant to collect dust. They were planted in your heart. They're there so that they can bloom and grow and bring beauty to your life and into your world. Because guess what? When you are shining brighter, so do the people all around you. Now, another way to ignite your second act is by finding moments of joy. And joy is a pretty big word to use. So why don't we look at some other words that are maybe a little bit more tangible? How about joy being happiness or those feel-good moments? And I want you to know that happiness, the feel-good moments, or joy, it's not in the distant future. And it's not there when you're going to lose the next 20 pounds. It's not there when you get that next promotion. And it's not when the kids finally move out. Joy, happiness, or those feel good feelings actually exist right now in the present moment. And I'm so grateful for those of you who just had Kate speaking. She took us on an incredible journey. She got us centered through some breathing. So here's what I'd like you to do right now. I want you to take a deep breath in, be with eyes open or eyes closed, and exhale all that's no longer serving you. I want you to take another deep breath in, filling your lungs with all this great air. And with your eyes open, I want you to look at three beautiful things that are surrounding you. It might be a picture on your desk. It might be a view outside your window. Maybe you have a mug that was gifted to you. Take a deep breath in, and as you're looking at the thing that is filling you with beauty, I want you to put your hand on your heart, and I want you to whisper, thank you. Thank you for this beautiful blessing. Thank you for this beautiful moment in my life. Take a deep breath in and let it out. And that's joy. That's feeling good. That's happiness. It wasn't postponing, waiting for another day. You actually connected right here in the present moment. You are here experiencing joy in your second act. This is called happiness and really, truly being alive. So, your second act, it actually becomes a practice. You don't have to keep chasing it. Sometimes we think we have to chase dreams. Well, what happens if some animal was chasing you? You'd probably run. So, don't chase your dreams. I want you to collect your dreams. Because when we're chasing something, we're actually scared and not actually attaining it. So here's what I want you to do. Take a moment every day, just like this. Take a couple deep breaths in, get yourself centered, breathe out all that is no longer serving you, and just look at three beautiful things that are in your surroundings. It could be in your kitchen, in your office, it could be something outside. Now let's create some connections because our second act actually includes people in our lives because we're not meant to fly solo. We're meant to have important people with us. So who matters to you? Comes to mind when you think that you love. Perhaps you might want to close your eyes. Remember, yeah. Just think about how special they are to you. Think about all those moments shared together and they put smiles on your faces. But when was the last time that you actually reached out to them? and told them how much you feel. Get caught up in the land of busy and forget to take just those moments. Just to say, you really mean the world to me. Or you're so special and I just love being with you. Or you can even just tell a friend, I love how you always make me laugh and put a smile on my face. That's all it takes is just you. I want you to how long actually shared with them. She, she last called just so that you could hear their voice.
Sorry, Connie, to interrupt you there. It's a little bit of the sound coming in and out at the moment, and it is so quiet. Is there anything that you can do on your side without taking you off track of what you're sharing? It's so valuable what you're sharing. It'd be nice to hear it fully.
Can you hear me better now? I've
Yes,
increased my volume a bit.
yes, yes.
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you.
you're welcome. Thanks for letting me know. So, I want you to know that being present in the moment also means being present in the moment that we care about, with the people that we care about. And life isn't measured in years. Life really is measured in our moments in life. It's the laughter that we share with the people that we care about, those family dinners. It could be those quiet moments, or it could be just those because phone calls. I want you not to wait until tomorrow. Don't silence that little nudge. When you think about somebody, don't wait until tomorrow to give them that phone call. I want you to reach out and share with them that you came to mind. And I wanted to just say hi, check in on you, and see how you're doing. Our second act, it really and truly is built on meaningful relationships, on meaningful connections. And it's not about having hundreds of people in our world, those are acquaintances. Our vibrant second act is creating connections and sharing experiences with other people. That's what's important. It's those deep soul relationships. And they're the people who will probably anchor you through your storms, guide you through those gusting winds. Those are the people that you want in your world. So, yesterday, I talked about collecting beautiful moments. And today, I'm going to elaborate on that. I want to invite you to something even deeper. I'm going to go about creating beautiful moments. Because your second act isn't about waiting for life to happen to you. It's about you creating life around you. If life were a story, you get to be the author of your story. So, what do you want your chapters to look like? So, when you wake up in the morning, here's what I want you to ask yourself. What am I giving a green light to today? What do I want to experience? How will I move forward towards my dreams? How will I nurture a relationship? Who will I reach out to? So I want you to connect to the feelings of what those dreams are and what they do to other people as well too. Because it's not just about us giving us the green light and us gathering all of those moments. We're actually meant to share the moments with other people. That's why connections are so important. Our second act becomes more vibrant when we're not just the receivers, but when we're the givers. Because in my role as a life celebrant, it's not all the material things that we've collected through life that we're remembered for. It's how we've made people feel. It's the moments that we've shared with one another. It's those gifts of laughter, the tiny little things that we do for one another. It'd be sometimes even those little traits and qualities that stand out, like that quality laugh that someone is well known for. Or she was always smiling, and every time I saw her smile, that just lit me up. So when you wake up in the morning, I want you to ask yourself, before you look at your phone, before you start moving on with your day, what are you going to give yourself the green light for? Think of three things. come to mind, circle one, and what steps you're going to do to say, I'm giving this the green light. I want you to know, and this is the truth, that your vibrant days are just ahead of you. They're not waiting far down the road. They're actually there waiting for you to reignite them so that they can emerge. Your second act doesn't want to be dust on the shelf. Your second act is meant to be vibrant, and it requires a choice. And you can choose to either ignite or you can choose to wait. It's all up to you. But I give yourself a permission slip to say green means go, and today is go. So I'd like to leave you with one final thought. When I'm standing with the families as their celebrant and I am honoring a life well lived, the families that I see that have peace, they're not living with regret in their eyes. They have been with the people who really have found a vibrant second act. And you know, for some, it has taken a health journey that has maybe put a little scare in people to say, oh my goodness, I'm going to not wait until tomorrow to live life to the fullest. I'm going to do it now. But for all of you who are joining us on this talk today, I don't want you to wait for a health challenge to ignite you into your second act. I want you to consciously choose. Give yourself that permission slip. Give yourself the green light. I want you to choose to be vibrant. I want the people around you to see and feel that renewed energy because it really is magnetic. What you are vibrating out in this world is going to create ripples. And the happier you are, the bigger the ripples are. So, what will you do with your second act? How are you going to ignite that next chapter? I'm excited to hear about it. I want you to stay in touch with me. Will your second act be full of glimmers? Will it be full of laughter? Will it be filled with heartfelt connections? I hope that it is, because the world really and truly needs your light. Not someday. We need you now. Thank you so much.
That was just wonderful, Connie. Thank you for that. You've taken me from feeling this regret about something of not having communicated to someone I cannot communicate it to now, to write a letter and work on vibrancy, but not on vibrancy, on bringing it through the air through that person and looking at taking up a hobby again, which I've started actually the first step to without thinking about it being the first step. I've got my sewing machine and my sewing table set up, going back into that hobby that I've done a long time ago. So thank you for that encouragement. Thanks for your wonderful talk, Connie Kobylko, today, sharing with us about igniting our second vibrant act.